working on this tonight. And remember, alright, everyone, welcome to the live stream. Once again, this is the worst live stream in history where I'll be sitting here working on crafts while listening to something and ignoring the chat. But there's not usually chat. But feel free to chat if you want to chat, if there's someone to chat with. There's usually not anybody. But you're free to talk to yourself in my chat. Yep. Multitasking, getting nothing done at the same time. So yeah. I'm going to be working on this. It's a ceramic nautical thing. And I put some tentacly guys in there, so I'm going to get those painted up. The eyes staying, and then I got to paint around here, touch up some scratches, and then she'll be good to go. And as always, if you hate the camera angle, there is another stand in my Amazon wish list. Feel free to purchase it. Christmas, holidays, vacation, life is coming up, so if you have an extra bit of money laying around just kind of burning a hole in your pocket and making you depressed, I will take that burden from you. Yep. In the meantime, I didn't put any polymer adhesive. I was really hoping they would kind of snap right off, and then I could do that again after, but they seem pretty stuck, so I guess I'm going to have to try and paint them like that because I don't want them this color. I wanted them like classic little pink tentacles. Pinky purple tentacles. There we go. It's stupid, but it works. That is true.
Sensitive teeth and gums? With Oral-B, you don't have to sacrifice a deep clean. Oral-B delivers 100% cleaner teeth with a gentle touch. Designed for sensitive teeth and gums to deliver a professional clean feel. Oral-B, brush like a pro.
Have to admit, the thumbnail does look pretty killer, though. Okay, I'm gonna have to go up with that, I guess.
That's what the humans call them anyway. They call themselves a few humans could pronounce and fewer still cared to. Bureaucracy wasn't very popular with their neighbors, what with their tendency to categorize all other races as either threats or targets, predators or prey. Suffice to say, the Hotline didn't think much of the United Nations of Orion and their so-called government. A country run by a council instead of an autocrat, and now who is chosen by popularity rather than by strength. These are clear. Maybe they were worthy being slaves with the tendency to prefer barking and yelping as ways of disputes, rather disgusted, most hunters. These were the thoughts of Bloodseeker or Fear, Pack Master of the Silver Claw Mercenary Company. He watched from his chair on the command deck as his raiders finished mopping up the local patrol craft. This would be another easy victory, just like the last 3 assaults. For the past several years, independent slaver and pirate guilds have been striking the most far-flung human settlements. Officially, Orion space only included those star systems within 50 light years of Sol, although plenty of humans have settled beyond that limit in various private and corporate outposts. His Excellency, the High Alpha, been very careful to keep raids unofficial and limited to territory outside the 50 light years, where our properly can overwhelm the hunters. Far better to test the human defenses and the result of their leadership. But now, Bloodseeker was here, at this remote border outpost at the very limits of human space. The space station wasn't large, it was little more than a pit stop, but it was officially property of the Orion government. Still, there's no reason this raid should go just like the others. Bloodseeker. More ships, boarding maneuvers, hunters to the airlock. A chorus of yips and howls echoed through the ship, along with the drumming of claw fists in the bulkhead. Bloodseeker donned his own combat suit. The thin material was deceptively tough, designed to resist the heavy lasers and plasma light troops against mere police weapons. It had, thus far, provided complete immunity, and the rest of his hunters wore similar suits. All of them wore beam guns capable of cutting through all the human combat armor they'd faced so far. The only thing they had to worry about was the ceramic titanium barricades the humans seemed to employ. Assemble, hunters. Today we shall have our kill any who resist. Those who surrender may prove useless slaves. And if not, we can always increase our food stores. Yelling laughter echoed through the cargo bay. We've all done this before, so let's do the same as always. And Green Legs, maybe you can earn yourself a better name today. More jeers as one of the older Volpine ruffled the youngest hunter's fur. Follow me. I'll buy a bottle of blood wine for the hunter who struck the rest of the light. Captain, the damn foxes took out the last of our fighters. Well, that's it then. We're out of time. Captain Mori pinched her nose and looked at her antique pocket watch. She sent their train on a suicide mission to just one time. It was something they needed desperately. Corporal Bishop, did you finish the preparations I requested? Yes, ma'am. Civilians have all been evacuated to the central citadel. We've sealed and vented all the routes along the causeway and deployed the barricades and blockades A3 and A6 respectively. Are you sure you don't want us to set up the main barricade closer to the docking base? I'm sure. Remember to leave the bay doors open and unlocked? Yes, ma'am. But I still don't understand. Captain, incoming hail on Yulon frequency. Is there an out? On speaker. This is the OSV Renowned, Portsmouth Orbital. We've received your distress signal. What is your situation? Maury tossed her headset on the tube as a small grin crept into her features. This is proper factual. Bright? Johnny Bright, that you? A new voice responded. Renowned, actual here. Good God, speaker. Just what have you gotten yourself into this time? Here's some trouble foxes going on in the henhouse. A new Vassily bloodhounds. We've got 5 enemy frigates and boarding teams. Meanwhile, I have next to 600 civvies holed up in the station centre. I've only got about a company of security personnel, plus a few dozen volunteers for military openings training. Okay, Beaker, sit tight. I'm recalling our fighters and escorts now. We can get to Portsmouth in 4 hours. Can you hold that long? Assuming they don't have rocket launchers, we can hold it for longer than that. But hurry anyway. They might smash this nice bottle of Atlantean plum wine before I can offer you any. Portsmouth out. The mood in the command centre had risen noticeably. Alright, people, cavalry are coming. But we still have a job to do. Let's get to it. And as if on cue, emergency lights began to spin as the klaxon blared. Enemy landing craft in base 1 and 2. Security to the barricades. Bloodseeker and his men stormed out to their
Really should have just used pink. I know I should have, but...
We also tried to set up proper defences in the hangar. The few that met him in the hangar fled once the second ship touched down. How such a foolish species who eventually survived long enough to leave their homes a mystery. He would enjoy drinking blood wine when this was all over. Young primates did make the best blood wine after all. That was just proper. Always use what you kill. To do otherwise was wasteful. Road splits here. We struck the other hangar. We've encountered resistance, but the monkeys fled after we wounded a couple of them. I guess they're busy hiding further in. Bloodseeker grunted an acknowledgement. This is going even better than their raids in the outer settlements. Still, didn't hurt to stick to the plan. Alright, there should be a standard sweeping up, but let's do this properly. Advance by squads, watch your corners, and check for ambushes. The hunters did as instructed, moving in ordered, disciplined groups, covering one another as they advanced deeper into the station. It was a long platform to the main access colony. Portsmouth was a long, O'Neill-type station. Main Street, a white causeway running through the station spine, numerous docking bays and cargo facilities, to the centre of the hadron. Most of the station interior was far from complete, but since it was carved into the centre of an asteroid, the only way in and out was along the causeway. It was a bit of a hike without access to the station trams, but it was becoming increasingly clear that the creatures were holed up towards the station centre. In 10 minutes of careful advance, they hadn't seen a single human since the small scuffle at the docking bays. Bloodseeker wasn't sure if he should be annoyed or nervous. Still, his ships advanced down the dark corridor before coming upon another tram station. This time, the blockade was sealed. The former squad was just deciding if they should exit the tram line or try cutting the door when it happened. Light flooded the station, and laser fire began pouring into his hunters from both flanks. His men dove any cover they could find, the platform, benches, pillars, and quickly moved to return fire. It didn't take long to find who had superior training and weapons. Even with the advantage of prepared positions and a perfect ambush, less than half the human shots hit home, and most of those that hit were diffused harmlessly with the 4-pound combat uniforms. Emboldened, many hunters began to stand from cover, yipping laughter and leaving their canned jaws as automatic blast fire cut into the monkeys' positions. It didn't take long for them to break and run. Predatory grins graced the lips of the hunters, and jaws began salivating. It seemed this prey would be without some sport after all. All hunters, advance my hunting party. Pack leaders call up the rest of the reserves. It seems there's no reason for them to miss out on the fun. Having drawn first blood, the Silverpaws eagerly mounted the platforms to the side of the rails and followed their prey up the starboard side doors. Exiting onto the edge of the residential section, here, of course, over the Grace Highway. All above, below, and around them were filled with threads. Some of the planned city was complete ahead, towards the centre of the line. Streets defined the various lots where there would one day be offices or homes or shops. This station would have been a wonder one day. It's almost a pity they'll never finish it. Packmaster, the enemy goes ahead. Bloodseeker turned his attention from the scenery to the group of silver-clad humans ahead of him. These seemed different. Instead of the comfortables worn by the various humans they'd encountered so far, these wore silvery grey armour and black undersuits. On their left shoulders they wore an emblem, a constellation with laurels around it. Police, soldiers. We should be careful with those. We don't know what. Look, spears! This crowd was met with dumbfounded stares, followed quickly by more laughter from the hunters. Only 100 paces away, these humans stood in perfect formation with what seemed to be spears and great shields, like soldiers in the Bronze Age. The hunters began walking forward, throwing into the enemy, all symbols of discipline evaporating in the face of such a laughable display. They were so desperate as to resort to using spears and shields. But something tickled the back of Bloodseeker's mind. Something felt off about this. Their shields were proving surprisingly resilient, and their armour certainly seemed to be capable too. As he was absorbed in thought, his men continued their casual advance. Then a high-pitched, authoritative voice rang out like a bell. He didn't recognise the tone. Junbi! The front line of shielded spearmen knelt, revealing the second ranks heads. You're taking. 2 lines of spears lowered towards the four-man ranks. It was then he realised his men were in the open. Hunters, scatter! Hey! The next thing he knew, the world was white and grey. Maury watched from atop her command car as the damn foxes practically walked up to her officers. Arrogant pricks. She'd given explicit instructions. Don't fire until I say. 60 metres, 40 metres, 20. Now 15 metres away, she gave the order to fire. Flashbang grenades scattered in front of the four-pine blinding and deafening them as a rapid chorus of bangs resounded through the station. Riot shotguns are loaded onto the mob of hunters. 3 dozen four-pine died to a hail of shotgun slugs. She was a security officer, a space cop, and Coast Guard commander. The men weren't trained to fight an invading army. They weren't equipped for it. But right now, they were the perfect group for the job. Over the last couple of years, Orion named intelligence and learned a few things about four-pine. First, they tended to think about the species in binary. Either you were a threat or you were prey. This insight into their psychology had been central to our plan. Only had also learned that most of the other races haven't got both firearms and ballistic armour. It made sense to a degree. Inside the tight confines of a ship, having bullets flying around was a hazard to everyone. And energy weapons didn't require bulky ammo storage or logistics. Any generator with sufficient time to recharge a power pack. Meanwhile, there was no point in carrying bulky ballistic armour when everyone was using beam guns, so most races favoured lightweight armour with insulative and energy refractive properties. Of course, this was strictly in boarding actions. Ground combat often involved hand grenades and mortars and missiles, so ballistic armour there was more useful. But with shipborne and station security, it was as much a hazard to your health as your enemy. And this is why her security force, armed with low-penetration SMGs, shotguns and anti-beam riot shields were perfect for this. As for the bayonets, the security forces were using the same pattern shotguns as the Orion Army and the Fleet Lancers, so all they needed was to 3D print bayonets. A call over her headset interrupted her thoughts. Captain, the enemy is falling back to the tram station. They're running. Should we pursue? Negative. All forces, I repeat, all forces begin an order of withdrawal to A6. We'll afford ourselves some time when they make their wounds, but if I were them, I'd cover them with some heavier weapons. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't trust those shields to send out to a heavy laser or plasma repeater for long. Roger. With that, the forces supported their transports and withdrew towards the first barricade. Captain Maury, have a moment. It was one of the civilian volunteers, an engineer with V1 Heavy Industries. What was his name? Something? Yudrun Hall, Captain. Ah, sorry. Didn't realize I said that out loud. Go ahead, Mr. Ewan. That surprise you requested is ready. I have just finished fabrication in the Citadel's engineering bay. It should be deployed and ready in an hour or so. Thank gods. Still, are you sure this is okay? Anyone can be a bit touchy on the subject of fabrication rights. Bypassing their FRM software with a managerial override has to be a breach of contract. Given the circumstances, I'm sure my employer will overlook this breach of copyright, so long as we arrange payment later. Especially given my expertise is worth more to them than a couple of water cannons. Thanks, Mr. Yoon. I'm on my way to the first barricade. Note up what you need on one of the trucks. My men will see you safely there. You just have to hold out a few hours.
but home care is as effective as a razor on the look of lines and wrinkles.
Together, Huggies diapers and wipes are gentle on my baby's delicate skin.
I need to buy diapers tomorrow.
Memory transcription subject.
Surprisingly not for me.
Little space call. Date, standardized human time, October 18th, 2136. The tension was palpable as the Axer occupants fitted Marcel in silence. I gathered that the human didn't want to engage with them either. The predatory savagery from the cradle plagued my recollection, and the chilling screams of the unfortunate Brigides echoed on loop. It would be all too easy for the Greys to gut either of us with a swipe of their fangs. Chief Hunter Isaac dropped into the seat right next to us. The monster was inches away from me. It disregarded the shift in Marcel's body language. The human had leaned away, though there wasn't anywhere to go in a helicopter cabin. I got the impression his concern was for me, rather than himself. After the attack on Earth, it's like he doesn't care what happens to him. If I wasn't about to be carved up, I'd insist he seek help. Isaac bared his teeth ferociously.
Well, I've introduced myself. What's your name, then, Lil?
Its voice was a discordant snarl, amplifying humanity's typical rumble by 1,000-fold. A pathetic squeak escaped my throat, and I sobbed into Marcel's shirt. The vegetarian stroked my ear with patience, unfazed by the salty wetness soaking the fabric. I didn't know how even a persistent predator could be so calm in the face of such an eyesore. That scaly demon was sensory hell. I'd rather be hunted by Marcel's kind for hours than look at Isaac for another second.
Okay. That was the response I expected.
The Axer sighed.
What are you called, human?
My human stiffened.
Marcel Fraser. But just Marcel is fine. The then Lil here, his name is Slunnik.
I knew you hadn't lost your voice, Marcel. Slunnik is here on Tava's behalf, yes?
My ears perked up in alarm. How did Isaac even know that name? That must mean the Axer were targeting the governor, or had other nefarious plans for her. I refused to believe the humans would betray us by turning over intel on the Republic. Marcel offered a curt headshake.
Slunnik is a fighter pilot. We're training him to be a proper soldier.
Good one. As if this specimen could fight.
Isaac's eyes glittered with decadent mirth before the expression dissolved.
Oh, Prophet. You're serious, aren't you?
The red-haired human glared at the floor, not answering the reptile.
Okay.
It was clear my friend had little interest in the conversation. I think he only entertained the first question to get the commander to leave me alone. The monstrous predator gave up and turned its focus to the window. Our helicopter drifted above a sea of rubble, which stretched to the horizon. Building husks lingered as statues to a fallen dome, and fires were splashed across the landscape. The ground was covered in a thick coating of soot. This looked like the aftermath of an Axer raid. My heart sank in my chest as I realized how dire the outlook was for Marcel's family. The human pilot guided our craft toward the designated neighborhood. Chief Hunter Isaac craned its neck.
No, I can't do that.
Its disgusting eyes with solemnness. I didn't understand what game it was playing, trying to make nice with the humans. It must have some dastardly plan at work. The Axer commander maintained the brooding expression as we touched down. It ordered the other Greys to sweep the area for survivors and accrue intel for their government. Marcel rose to his feet to follow them, but Isaac blocked the human's path. The scary monster gestured to the devastation behind it.
What do you think of what the Federation did, Slunnik?
The Chief Hunter growled. My ears laid flat against my skull. I think it looks a lot like what you do. A sharp glint flashed in its eyes.
That's a good answer. You think our species is an instrument of evil, yet you admit your friends are no different.
The Federation are monsters, not friends. But they don't eat people.
Because they don't have to. You all want my kind wiped from existence. Hell, you probably wish I'd drop dead right now. Do you even see us as people?
After everything you've done, you'll never be people to anyone. My sudden outburst took me by surprise. Marcel's fingers tensed around my scruff, and his stance shifted to a defensive posture. That commentary placed my human in a precarious situation. My money wasn't on the wounded, squishy primate if this turned physical. I should have never boarded this aircraft to begin with. The Axer raised the ridges above its eyes and turned around with a sigh. As if somehow restrained its aggression. The pointed hoof emanated disappointment.
It drew its sidearm before shuffling into the ruins of New York. Marcel followed with a bit of hesitancy.
I'm sorry for what Slonic said, Chief Hunter. Any sapient is a person, no matter what they've done.
Is that so, human?
The reptile grumbled.
Look, our race has become a shell of itself over the centuries. I wish it wasn't like this.
My eyes widened in surprise. Polite concessions lamenting their current status wasn't what I expected it to say. For an emotionless predator, it was doing an excellent job of emulating regret. The fear eased enough for me to wonder what it had to gain from this act. The oxen never attempted to converse with prey as a rule. Why are you so cruel and merciless? The words spewed from my mouth in the rumbling further.
It's time to meet Chocolate Drugmart's 2023 top picks.
Why did you kill my brother? I want my planet. And you kept him alive while they were running? Its nostrils flared.
Oh, yes. It's well documented that I did all those things personally. I'm a busy guy, and I get around.
Your species. Don't mock me, demon. There's no good reason your breed is that cruel and morally deficient.
The Federation are the reason we're starving. Cruelty was and is a defense mechanism, in my view. I'm not excusing it. I'm answering your insults.
Defense mechanism? How so?
It was needed as a way to cope with what we had to do to survive. We're also fighting a war of extinction while vastly outnumbered, so it serves psychological purposes to encourage recorded sadism. The Federation loses because they're afraid.
The oxen crested a mountain of rubble, and Marcel escorted us atop the debris too. One human was crawling through the streets with serious burns across her extremities. Her breathing came in ragged gasps, and the sight of peeling flesh made me wince. 2 Cerulean medics had arrived on the scene already. The Americans must have directed them to a separate landing site from the Greys. A young volunteer rushed to the burn victim's side, repeating soothing words. The other quadruped kept a wide berth from the aggrieved human and trembled in terror.
Wylan, I need a dose of painkillers and antiseptics now.
The youthful Cerulean chimed in. Wylan flicked his ears in skepticism.
We know nothing about these predators other than the arcs are like them. Our government has gone mad, Fraser. I can't get close to this thing.
Isif's scowl intensified. The hunter gripped his sidearm with malicious intent. Rich hunger danced in his gaze, and he shared an enraged glance with Marcel. For once, I agreed with the monster. We couldn't let the medics dilly down with an agonized human. Fraser rounded on her partner.
What we know is the humans haven't done anything wrong. They sought peace and were brutally attacked for it. Also, the Venlil and our ambassador adore them.
But they're predators. I'm here for the Venli...
No! We don't play God and pick and choose who we help. We save lives indiscriminately. Get with that, or get the fuck out of my sight.
The injured human watched with glassy eyes. Wyland lowered his head before crouching at Fraser's side. He began applying wet dressings and antiseptics while his partner tended to the pain. The Ceruleans then prepped to transport to their hospital ship. Isif lowered its gun and watched as the quadruped strained to lift the human. The oxa marched down to the side, swishing its tail in a display of dominance. The Ceruleans called when they saw the press rolling toward them. I was worried the abomination had regained its appetite too. Maybe it likes charred flesh like Tyler did. It could see the Terran burn victim as the perfect meal. Oh, stars! The chief hunter lifted the primate onto the gurney and fastened the straps in seconds. It backed away and growled to get the medic's attention. Fraser was wielding a syringe in her mouth, pointing it as if a shot of painkillers would stop the murderous demon.
Stay back!
That doesn't make any sense.
He quivered and seemed aghast at the sight of my human behind the grey.
Human! I'm Venlil! Please! Help us! It's kidnapping my patient!
I'm not kidnapping the human. I put her on the stretcher so you can move her free back.
Isaac growled.
If I was hostile, trust me, you would know. I'm subtle as a sledgehammer.
Marcel trundled up beside the oxa.
The last Federation physician I met wanted me dissected. Our doctors pledged to do no harm. It's a relief to see someone rid of the sentiment of the Hippocratic Oath.
While he squinted at the vegetarian.
You're that human named Marcel from Noah's video. I recognize you.
Shit!
Fraser squeaked.
I'm sorry for what they did to you. Your treatment went against every, ethical principle that we stand for.
The chief hunter inspected the red-haired human with confused eyes. The demonic predator mouthed a name known to himself. Something on its own back. I think he wanted to ask what happened to my friend. Obviously, a feral animal that loathed weakness would mock his traumatic experience. Marcel pointed a hand to the stretcher. The Cerulean sidled up to the patient hesitantly. Isaac slumped beside them, moving the brunt of the weight. The medic shuffled in a terrified stupor, and our oddball group traversed the ruins. It was sad to see Earth like this, having witnessed this city in its sprawling glory days ago. It took several minutes to reach the Cerulean hospital ship, which was hovering over a decimated roadway. We glimpsed rows of beds in its loading bay, and my human's eyes widened with hope. Panicked shouts echoed from the ship's occupants of the reptile sighting. The chief hunter ducked its head, perhaps to seem less threatening. The axe pulled away, and more Cerulean medics hurried over to look at the patient on board. Fraser and Wyland bore delirious eyes, which suggested the fear was overstimulating them. That little excursion must have been psychological torment to them.
Have you rescued a Gajit child? Hopefully with a human female.
My human growled. Wyland blinked.
What? The Gajit. You know, spiky, brown furred, big claws. Where is she?
The Ceruleans cowered at Marcel's roar, and their hackle fur stood on end. I swatted my tail at his chin, warning him to calm down. His desperation was something I recognized, but these medics didn't understand humans yet. They probably thought he was about to go on a rampage. Mars is very upset, and loud. But he's harmless, I hissed. Please, just tell us if you've seen a Gajit. Fraser drew a shaky breath.
No. Only humans here.
I can check with our groups in the other cities.
Wyland added hurriedly.
Maybe Berlin, Toronto, Bangkok, and Manila. Big predator dwellings there.
Marcel slumped his shoulders in defeat.
No. They were here.
They? Oh, I see.
Understanding flashed in Isaac's pupils.
Why don't we search for our packmates at their last location? These Ceruleans could help us look around.
The human nodded, blinking away at tears. The Arxer focused on his watery eyes and gave him a rough tail swap on the arm. If I didn't know better, I would think it was a poor attempt at comfort. A species devoid of empathy was mimicking the trait, of course. Isaac was clearly awkward and unpracticed at that falsified aspect. Fraser's gaze softened and she shared a glance with
It's
her
not too
partner.
bad now.
We'll help you search.
You can't see the nicks a lot
The
more.
likeliest possibility. As a predator, you should be logical about the situation.
Wyland said.
The rocks look better.
Alan, he clearly trusts the extent of the dead. There's nothing logical about this.
Alrighty.
Where are we going, Marcel?
The red-headed primate grounded his own pad and searched for the location via GPS. The local terrain was unrecognizable, so undoubtedly
Hi, sweetie.
Shirley's bunker from any other scrap
Hi,
heap.
baby.
The device pinpointed a location a quarter-mile from the hospital.
No!
All I could see there was
Good.
a thick hill of concrete.
Come here. You want some snuggles?
It must be crushed beneath that. It's likely the bunker collapsed from the pressure.
Oh, here's the baby.
Pressure on his injured leg, but he staggered ahead for the minutes-long trek.
Mm.
Feel the human's grief expanding with every step. My predator was cracking right alongside the buildings of New York. It hurt to see my friend, who I believed could withstand any emotion, crumbling. His distress frightened me as much as the hideous Arxer flanking us. Marcel reached the selected debris mound, and I dismounted onto my own paws. This must be the fallout shelter his family relocated to. The human held himself on all fours, flinging the smallest rocks behind him in a frenzy. An animalistic grunt reverberated from his chest as he strained against his arm injury to
Hey,
drop the massive
sweetie.
rock jump. Chief Hunter Isaac pressed its shoulder against the debris and moved it enough to leave a tiny gap.
Okay.
Marcel ported the scraps below,
Are you
trying
done
to
now?
catch a glimpse of the shelter. He dug
Hmm?
furiously with his flimsy fingers. Blood streamed from his dust-caked nails, but that only quickened his scrabbling.
Lucy!
Okay.
Amelia!
He wailed in the highest pitched voice I'd ever heard him use. There was no reply from beneath the ruins. Through choking sobs, my friend returned to passing rocks with his hands. His fingers were drenched in crimson fluid. Sympathy clasped my heart with a vice-like grip, and I tackled him in a desperate hug. Mars, stop it! You're hurting yourself, I pleaded. Fraser placed a cautious paw on his neck.
That's enough. We'll excavate the bodies and make sure they get a proper burial by your customs. promise.
The human collapsed atop the wreckage and pressed an eye against the opening. He screamed incoherently, punching the rubble in outrage. I watched the life leave his sweet countenance. Even the gushing tears dried up. My friend was unresponsive to any prodding. Wyland dabbed at his eyes, affected by the extent of the predator's roaring
Alright, baby.
motions.
Come on.
Recognized the realization as he decided humans were sentient. Anyone who saw this display as a performance had to be heartless. There must be countless others across Earth in such a state. I nuzzled his leg. Step aside and rest. Please. Let the doctors disinfect your wounds.
Why?
My human croaked.
They've taken everything. Oh, Slonic, put me out of my misery.
Malfoy!
A childish voice cried, faintly audible.
Where have you been? It's really dark down here, and I don't like the dark.
My cells have snapped up.
Alive! No, just hold on. We're working as fast as we can.
But I want to go somewhere safe now. Somewhere monsters won't find me or pick on your eyes. Don't leave me here, Malfoy.
Never. We're right here.
A chorus of human growls joined me earlier as they realized rescuers were above. Relief coursed through my veins. Against all odds, some of the bunker withstood the blast. Chief Hunter Isaac radioed to send heavy machinery to our coordinates and withdrew with a fierce snarl. Untrustworthy as it was, I couldn't deny it had been helpful so far. Amidst the chaos and devastation, it was a relief to save a few human lives from the ashes.
Welcome back to sport. A feeling that'll never change.
With Amazon's back-to-school deals, you can save money by spending less of them.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
What?
What?
I don't get it. Oh my god, it's been so long, but here is Global Locker. Very excited to pick it up again. It's been a very long time, I know, but it always stuck in the back of my head. Like, I wanted to know more about this game. I wanted to see more. The world that they built, by what I've seen so far, is so interesting. I gotta play more. So here we are. What's that? Factory wasn't here yet back when they put up our building. Yeah. So much review, huh? The suitcase, if you remember from the first episode, it's been a while, is holding currently the item that we needed to steal from the book, and a courier should be waiting here for us so we can hand it over. The briefcase in the doorway. Do not step outside the door. Alright. Here you go. Is that arm gonna... Yes! Mystery man! Oh, here's your payment. We will be in touch. I need to go get some sleep now. I'm exhausted. Oh, is that the dude said that? It's like, I did all the work. Oh, phone call!
I feel like there should be somebody down there. Like a shadow in the woods.
What did you deliver to me? The potion of immortality, just like you ordered. No, this is half the potion of immortality. And it's in an old soda bottle to boot. I just thought, but it's still the potion though, right? I just wanted to make sure the alchemist could... You're fired. Damn. So much for doing that. What's this? What's this?
Try it again.
Mr. Etienne Christ. This is a reminder that you may begin working off your sentence at any time by registering with a licensed publishing agency. In the event you work off the full sentence, you will be released from the shackles imposing writer's block. Oh yeah, we have like that. So since we're tired, should I? Oh, what's that? Oh, that's all. Should we just go to bed? To another day. Oh, hey, the lantern. You can live here for now, partner. Oh, tasty. And now, this is where I should have ended the episode. I feel like I didn't get enough sleep. Isn't that just everyday life?
I know what I want, I just don't know how to make it.
I know I shouldn't. I shouldn't chew on my fingies. I know. It's a problem.
Hmm.
Okay. Do you think they're so desperate they're... Oh yeah. Giving us a new job. I jotted down a few ideas for my skills. Ah, cool. Shields absorb...
I'll just go with the Bigfoot, I think. Where's the brown?
2 damage
There.
shield for 1 turn. So is shield taking 2 damage, or does it do 2 damage in return if someone tries to attack my shield? That's enough for today. I'll try again another day. Hello. Oh, you finally... Mr. Christ? Etienne Christ? Yes. I'm calling from the Writers Police Department. This is a scheduled call. Oh, okay. Have you selected the publishing agency where you will serve your sentence? Not yet. I'm still deciding. You do plan to begin working off your sentence, right, Mr. Priest? Yes, of course. I just wanted to take a little break before we urge you to choose a publisher quickly. We also recommend Morag as the most suitable publisher for you. Sure, of course. You have the opportunity to shorten your sentence to 28 years if you can prove yourself to the management. Have you associated with any other writers since your arrest? No. Very well. One last question. Have you engaged in any illegal activity in the past month? Of course not. Note, do you confirm that your responses are truthful? Yes. Thank you for your time. Oh, I feel so bad lying. Goodbye. Bye. New book announcement. Andre Duval wanted to live a quiet life. Get a good job. Jeez, how could I read the paper or what? Hello? Hi, Rich. Can you take another order? Oh, it's you. Another order? I'm ready. Ah, you're not Rich. Sorry, wrong number. Andre Duval wanted to... No, it's not a big one, so I guess I can give you one more chance. Thank you. Besides, I haven't been able to get in touch with my most incompetent walker. We'll make a good replacement for him. Thanks, sir. The order's at your door. Okay. Stop. Andre Duval wanted to live a quiet life. Start a family, build a small house in the suburbs. We're good? But suddenly, he finds himself involved in a deadly game of survival staged by aliens, and the prize for winning is no less than the elixir of immortality. A brilliant novel full of live action that literally spills off the pages, right into the reader's face. Stella Quinn. So does that mean that someone used the elixir of immortality that I stole from a different book? So they stole the idea, right? And then used it for a different book. Which one is the... Etienne, please ensure you are at home tomorrow from 8 until 8. The furniture you ordered will be arriving door to door. The order has been paid for in full. Mr. Priest, I'm writing this letter to express how deeply grateful I am for your books. In all of modern literature, I never thought I'd find such interesting, truly lifelike characters with unique flaws and virtues. In your novel, I don't even have the words to describe what it makes me think. I just give it to all my friends and insist, no, demand, that they read it. The world of books is truly worse off without you, and I hope the misadventures you're experiencing won't dull your desire to write. Our whole little book club is waiting expectantly for new works from you. Sincerely, gratefully, I would love, Edna Raven. But I guess my sentence isn't public knowledge. Because if I have writer's block for 28 years at the minimum, honey, you're gonna wait a long time for my book. What are we doing this time? Strange note. The contractor agrees to infiltrate the Spark of a Hammer by Torben Zakinski and extract an item, the Hammer of Thor. The client agrees to pay the negotiated sum upon fulfillment of the contract. Oh god, we're gonna steal Thor's hammer? Solid work, even though it seemed like it would have the imprint of a pure publishing project. What else would you expect from a heap of myths wrapped up in a sparkling coat of a new look? I confess, I couldn't even have imagined that some bright mind would be able to pick out even a shred of relevance from such ancient material. Ah, here we go! New book! Yes! I'm so excited to play again. Oh my god. Ooh, snowy road. Oof. Damn, sure is icy here. You there, Roderick? Oh, you there, Roderick? Yeah. Listen, about the alchemist from the last book. No, don't worry, I get it. You writers never pull your punches when it comes to characters. That's not it. It's hard to explain. I wanted to apologize. It was rude of me. Rude isn't quite the word I would have used. Oh, stop it. The alchemist was a literal murderer. Alright, let's agree that we won't hurt any more characters. None at all, right? Deal. What are we doing in this book anyways? I need to find a hammer belonging to someone named Thor. Thor? Yeah, some kind of special hammer, I guess. Hopefully we'll learn more soon. Then let's get going. Who this robot? A strange sight catches your eye. A robot hanging from a tree with a noose around its neck. The robot's limb creaks slightly as they sway in the wind. If you think about it, why would someone hang a robot? It's not... Oh, hello! What the... Hi there, robot. Correct, I am a robot. My name is Bodhi. Can you confirm that you are a human? Well, for the most part, yeah. Sensor accuracy increased to 89%. Thank you, human. What are you doing in the tree? I'm hanging. You laugh and look at the robot. There's an awkward silence. I mean, how did you get in the tree? I was installed in this spot by several humans. I am 74% certain they were mad and on their way to destroy the power plant. Oh, that's not good. Do you need help? You point at the rope around his neck. Thank you, human, but I will be perfectly fine. Are you sure? When you first walked over, you were hanging there unconscious. Oh, with 27% certainty, I detect care in the voice. Is he saying you're only 27% caring? Don't worry, I put myself in sleep mode to save battery. Do you think I can find a new battery somewhere? That's 100% caring. The robot tilts its head to the side and blinks. The human continues to demonstrate care, 60% this time. Don't worry, I'm operating on a fresh battery and it should last a while. Also, I can find more at the power plant once I regain freedom of movement. There's a power plant near here, right? That's right. Just up the road, you'll find my workplace, Thor Power Plant. Fantastic. Have you heard anything about them having a hammer? The hammer of Thor! Just this morning I checked that it was intact, like I do every morning. How is it? Your eyes dart from side to side and you rub your hands together. It's 100% intact. Well then, let's head for the power plant. Are you alive? Modi is unable to answer this question, selecting standard introduction. I am Modi, a robot, model ASGD6, produced on special order at the Sindri and Brocker Group Factory. I am pleased to serve you. Okay. How about I take you down from there, Modi? I wouldn't mind that, but I also wouldn't want to be a bother. Take it down. To be honest, I have no idea how to get you down from there, but I'll just... You look at the robot, and then at the branch, then at the rope. A knife, a ladder, a truck, and a hacksaw would be useful, but all you have is your own two hands. Hang on the robot. I feel like I would hurt myself. And maybe the robot. What are you planning? You pressed a rope connecting the robot to the ink as you touch it. The ink seeps into the rope. Several fibers change color and start to fray. I don't have the strength for the whole rope, but a few fibers should be enough. Human, I don't understand what your... A loud crack and a crashing noise drowned out the robot's mechanical babbling. Oh, where'd that kitty come from? As though nothing happened, the robot starts petting a cat that has jumped out from a nearby bush. It doesn't seem to care about anything else.
Hello.
Like the robot. Are you okay, Modi? No damage? Thank you, human. I'm fine. Now I too.
Trying to think, I don't remember how I painted fur. I don't know how to paint fur. I have a rough idea how to paint fur. I should know how to paint fur.
Billboard banner says Thor's batteries will keep your fridge charged for 3 whole days. Okay, inventory's back to empty. Don't know why it has the...
Need some bread.
It has an exclamation mark on it, but I don't really know why. Okay, so the factory's just up ahead. Let's go have a look. Power plant, power, lever. No. It says bench. Do not remove battery if bench is occupied. There's an empty battery compartment under a label. Where do we get a battery? Well, you know. What do you mean I know? Where? From the robot. Is the battery operated too? Yep. You said we weren't doing any more killing. We're not killing it, we're just turning it off temporarily. What about this panel? A metal panel labeled power. There are 2 battery compartments. There's a label at the top, power plant. Below that is some text. Activates and deactivates the power plant's anti-avalanche defenses. Lever is locked and doesn't budge. I can't go off the path. Don't see anything else here to interact with. So let's go south first. Maybe we don't have to steal. The robot's so busy. Well, we don't need to go there. Why's that? I want to see what's down the road. The book says, further down the road was the town that the angry mob came from. The town sounds perfect, somewhere to explore, and I bet it's not that cold here. Not that cold there. You shiver as a weak gust of wind blows across your back. No, I mean, what I just read is the entire description of the town. Oh, so the author didn't write it. Right. We can't go to a place that doesn't have a detailed description in the book. Fine, let's head north then. Too bad, so there's literally no other way. We have to get it from the robot. The robot is petting the cat as though nothing happened. So we can't get inside the power plant without the robot's battery. I don't see any other way in the book. Besides, it's not murder. We're just turning it off for a little while. Then we'll turn it back on, right? Yeah. I promise. Then that's that. Just turn me around, okay? I don't want to watch. Fine. Yeah. We look at the robot. The battery hatch on its back is easy to find because it's glowing and has a huge handle. The cover comes off surprisingly easy. Does the human want to perform care and change my battery? Don't worry. I'm at 81% certain that I will manage to reach the power station and charge it myself. I just want to spend some time with this wonderful cat. The cat meows happily. Especially the battery, which is firmly seated in its socket. Please be careful with my battery. If it comes out, I'll plunge into eternal darkness. I really don't want to plunge into eternal darkness. This is actually really hard for me. Can it be? You're starting to actually feel something for these characters. But without batteries, we can't. Modi turns to look you in the eye, still petting the cat. You shut your eyes and sharply yank out the battery. Ah! Why? Why? Modi's eyes go dark. The battery is yours to do with as you wish. The cat under the robot's frozen hand also pauses, then starts to sniff at it. Oh my god, let's get out of here. more murders. No, the kitty's just standing there. No. Okay. Put the battery in. Does the plus sign go on top or bottom? I can never remember. Is it different for every little thing? I would say plus on top. Then plus bottom. Oh, hello. Whoa, what? Frozen man in a briefcase. You see an unmoving man covered in a layer of frost. I think he's already... I see that. With some difficulty, you open the man's frozen coat and take his wallet out of the coat's inner pocket. Business card? Edward Rodingsgard, Chief Inspector, Specialization...
Schrodinger's cat? Schrodinger's cat.
He kind of looks like you in the photo. A little bit. Hey, wait, you don't know what I look like? That was a joke. A small wad of bills with a few crumpled discount coupons tucked between them. Are you not going to take the money? It's not like he needs it. You're trying to test my morals. No, I'm not going to take this. I know. The nose switches dissolve like everything else that comes out of the book. That's not the only reason. They say pounds instead of pounds instead of pounds. There's a law that says all authors have to write them like that in their books now. So that means there must be some way to take them out of the book. You shrug. Interesting. It's like copyright. A lonely, worn-out briefcase sits by its owner's frozen right hand. The briefcase has a combination lock on either side of the handle. Are we gonna... Bang. The lock pops apart when you slam them against your knee and you open the briefcase wide. Okay then. Anything interesting in there? A strange box. Thor power plant logo on it. The box has words on it. Sale. Buy 10 batteries and get one free. Free battery cannot be resold. Get a free battery. What's a sale? You open the box and take out a battery. Don't worry about it. You start rifling through the frozen traveler's papers. A bunch of bureaucratic nonsense. Looks like reports, inquiries. The Commonwealth of 9 countries will review the situation concerning Thor and Jormungandr individually. Thor and who? The interface was close to Jormungandr. Who's that? I thought you were the one with access to the book's text. Do you not know? It's not easy to search for the entire text for one single word. Let's see, what else? President Odin has ruled that blah blah blah. Read it carefully, there might be something important in there. Oh, here we go. As Chief Inspector, you will need to visit the now defunct power plant to assess it and draw up a deed of sale, so it closed down. We have a potential buyer. The Jormungandr Group will send a representative over soon to sign the sale and purchase agreement. Some kind of local bureaucracy, I guess. Anyway, I'm about to freeze to death standing out here. Let's get going. Okay. So take the battery out again. Do not remove battery. That's it. Bench is not. Clunk. Bye, bench. Now let's put in 2 of the batteries.
It's the little purple monster.
Light on the lever turn screen. That's right. Whoa, what? Thor's power station. Damn, that's cool. Can I take the batteries out? Doesn't much. Looks like the locking mechanism is tight to the position. Too bad. Oh, so many robots. Broken robots. Nothing. Not them. Damaged robot. Can that one still talk? What happened here? Someone really had a grudge against robots. And that, let me guess, that was the door leading to the hammer? We'll have to find the back door. Check out that one. Robot with an axe sticking out of its head. Well, it looks like a hammer to me. Do you think it's, get close and take a look. As you get closer, you see that the axe is deep enough in the robot's head that it also went through its body. There's no battery in this one. We could have used it since everything in this book seems to be battery operated. Someone sure went to town here. You look at the robot's back with the tab on its head. It's almost thrown. You find an extra battery. I think you should wake this one up. Maybe it could tell us something. There must be a battery. This one was Uller. Uller is beyond our help, but it looks like something's inside. Battery, running on emergency power. Not bad. Can I check them all? Keep going. Oh, that's that. Nice. Robots are completely destroyed. No room for fixing them. Entrance to the power plant is blocked. Okay. Take all of those. Junk. Contains ink. Right. Okay, so we can either go left or right. Let's go left first. Ooh, okay. Need 2 more batteries. There is a tightly closed crate laying in the snow. Break it open. Okay. We need a crowbar. The sea snowy landscape is interrupted by 2 little legs sticking out of the snowbank. Another robot. There needs another battery, which wouldn't hurt to have. Just do it quickly. Alright, cold, quick, unfeeling work. That's right. Start digging into the snow. Snow is resistant and your hands rapidly start to freeze. Damn, your snow's too frozen. I need a shovel. You gonna ask your neighbor again? You look around. Not a soul inside. Well, there's no one else to ask. Okay, I'll wait here for you. I'll be quick. Who would have a shovel? You would think you could spend a little bit of money to have some basic tools in your house, seeing as you do these kind of adventures. This is the guy who helped us last time, right? Who's there? It's me again. What's that? Speak up. It's Etienne, your neighbor. Ah, yes. Did you bring back my sledgehammer? Do you know what happened to the downstairs neighbor? Your downstairs neighbor, there were strange noises coming from his apartment last night. Downstairs? I don't know anyone downstairs. No one's lived there for 100 years. Do you have a snow shovel? Snow shovel? It's summer. Also, where's my sledgehammer? I'll get back to you soon. I'm still struggling with that nail. Right now, I really need a shovel. Ugh, damn you. There's a shovel in the building storage room downstairs. Get it yourself. Thanks a lot. I'll still be waiting for my sledgehammer. I'll bring it back this week, I promise. Oh god, I would hate to borrow. If I borrowed something from someone and then broke it, I would definitely just buy them a new one immediately. Oh, that's a rusty shovel. Hopefully it'll do the trick. What's in the key? A mystery, I see. Let's not bother any more people who already hate it around here. Got the shovel.
I'll do orange.
Back to the book. Let's try to dig. You brandish the shovel like a knight's sword. Okay, then get cracking before it snows again. Shovel bites deeply into the snow. You make good progress. The robot you dug out seems to be asleep. All you hear is quiet mumbling coming from it. Once I finish working, I can play. 15% certain that I can build the perfect snowman. Magnite will be so jealous. I don't want to go to sleep. I'm sorry. I built a snowman. So we have one full battery and one on emergency power. This needs 2, I'm guessing, but I'm gonna go check the other side first. Just in case I need more batteries or whatever. We could power up the robot in the center, but it feels like a waste of batteries.
Okay.
There's a factory crate sticking out. Start shoveling the snow away from the crate and knocking chunks of ice off it. Ooh, coins! Piece of metal. Nice. Is this a workbench? Can we make a crowbar? Yes! Okay, I need 2 more crowbar parts, and then we can do that. Extract this. 69. Nice. What's this? 3 battery slots. Back door to the facility. That's right. I'm assuming this panel lowers this part of the power plant. Okay. What is this? Can I get in this vehicle? An enormous car is sunk into the snow. Right underneath it is a blue puddle. Someone's gonna have a rough time fixing this. It's a good thing we don't need to drive it anywhere. Well, actually... Oh, come on! Look over there. One of the robots drove off. I just found it in the text. The robot needs a spare battery. Damn. It wouldn't take an expert to see that there's no way this car will run right now. It's leaking some kind of blue liquid and the leak needs to be stopped. Any ideas? One of the transmission valves is shot. Does that tell you anything? Okay, so... the valve, that means... Roderick's cage vibrates impatiently. Alright, I have no idea what that means. Then we need to go under the car and check. Your coat is going to get dirty, but there's no other choice. With the grunt, you lie down on your back and use your feet to push yourself underneath. The hole should be here somewhere. You see at least a dozen thick tubes. They're all covered in a thick layer of dirt and oil residue. I see a bunch of tubes. Okay, feel around and find the one that's broken. Are you serious? That's going to take... Oh, there's something written here. Words are messily scratched onto the bottom of the car. Deal with your own crap yourself, Thor. How controversial. Too aggressive for the robots. It was a human. It says his name was Delphi. Okay, how are we going to do the car? I think we can make a car repair kit. Let's see what we need for that. Nothing here. Maybe we can just find one. But it looks like we can't go off screen here. So we're gonna have to take that elevator. Okay. Kinda wanna talk to them. See what happened. "95% certainty. Launching countermeasure program." The robot turns to you, its robotic hands open and close threateningly. Damn, I guess that axe really damaged it. Be careful. Pretend to be a robot. Remember the robot's name. Thrud, that's your name, right? That's right, I'm Thrud, worker robot at Thor Station. How about we just calm down and talk a little bit, okay? After all, I brought you back to life. I will no longer believe the human. My only response is retaliation. It's gonna attack. Ooh. Okay. How about I stun it first?
Little bits of dark paint seem to just bring everything together when it's... I'll do a couple of lines in the tray, and then I'll just tie everything else together.
Oh, he's about to hit. 2-3 damage. So we hit each other. Ooh, hurt me for 2. Oh, sweet. I did 3 damage. The robot falls heavily into the snow. Urgent repairs needed. Fortunately, the battery survived the fight. Oh, and I got the parts I need. Oh, let's go. Crowbar time. I think I can refill this, and I should have some healing items. Okay, grab that crowbar. Extract. How did I get this? I think I just need to find like apples and stuff. But now we do have a crowbar. I think it was the box here. Break it open. You hook the crowbar into the lid and break the lock. Nice. Tools and birthday gifts. The label on the panel says story. Nobody does law like we do, because at Hyundai, law is all we do. George. No time for words. There you go. Panel buzzes and lights up. Cool. So fast. Wow! I thought it was gonna be a little elevator. I guess I'm not going down. I just brought everything up. Oh my god, it's so cool. Broken panel. Unpowered robot. Let's not wake him up just yet, but maybe he has something. In the corner of the room, you see an unresponsive robot covered in a layer of frost. Nothing in the battery patch. Hey look, there's something in its hand. The robot's one intact hand is clutching to a piece of paper. Prying apart the metal fingers and unfold it. Is this a map? It shows part of the factory. There's even an X marked. Looks like we found a treasure map. What kind of treasure could robots possibly have? Batteries? Put the paper in your pocket. Can I examine it? No. Old photo of some section of the factory. I see a fence and a panel. One snowbank is marked with a red piece. Maybe we can dig in the snow. Panel needs a battery to power it. Oh, we're out of batteries now, aren't we? Let's check that toolbox. Of course, locked. I'm so goddamn tired of this. Everything's always locked. That's it. Take a deep breath. No, I'm not going off looking for lockpicks again. I've had enough. Oh, you do it anyway. The shackles around your wrists give off burning coldness. Don't you think you're using ink a little too often? Isn't it dangerous to control someone else's book? What was that? I didn't expect one drop of ink to cause so much resonance. You're risking rejection if you keep that up, and then we'd be... I'm sure it was just a coincidence. Open the toolbox and take out a repair kit. Remove the box off the table. This is a solid table. We can put together something useful here. Okay, there's nothing else here. Oh, right. That's it. Need to find an empty bottle before I can actually... So you have 2 pieces of metal here, 3 needed here, so we need 1 more. We need to find a rag, empty bottles. But now, we do have a toolkit, so that might be what we need for the car. Okay, that one's broken and the battery won't help.
I got a big bottom lip. That's okay. I will not judge you.
Hold on. What?
Or I have a big double chin.
Battery from the panel? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's probably... Yeah.
Alright.
Need to do this. Bye, building! See you later. Take out this.
It's a start for a while. Oh, right. It only has one eye. Oh, well, he's a giant purple monster. Fucking whore. Alright, I'm gonna call it a night. I got at least something done. Better than kicking ass. And it's good to see you guys again. Good night.